Now, of course, next movie, of course, is the sequel, which introduces the iconic character we know and love, Friday 13th Part 2.
Yeah, I mean, this film introduced Jason
Jason.
as the killer.
That's the killer, yes. With the burlesque sack on his head.
And of course, there's also that great story with Warrington Gillette
Oh,
and
yeah,
Steve
Steve Dash.
Dash.
Yeah, of course, yeah. That story. I love that story. I mean, I heard actually, I don't know, was it in the book, in the Crystal Lake Memories? It was actually more detailed about the whole confrontation and the fans in the one of the conventions or something.
Well, I mean, for people who don't even know, the story is, the stuntman named Steve Dash, who actually played Jason, who here wears a sack on his head, much like the Town That Dreaded Sundown killer. And Steve Dash played Jason most of the time. Except there was one time where this guy named Warrington Gillette played him for a scene where Jason's unmasked and he jumps through a window. But it was now, I think in the film, but also for many, many years, Warrington Gillette kept basically telling everybody that he was Jason. Only he played Jason, and in fact on the DVD, the box set of Friday 13th, you only have Warrington Gillette talking, saying, he played Jason. And Steve Dash didn't find this out too much later. And I think it was at a convention where they both finally met.
Yeah.
And I think you had a fan who got a picture signed of Jason from Part 2 with Warrington Gillette. But then the fan went to this guy Steve Dash and sort of looked at him funny and go, wait a minute. If you play Jason, then who's that guy? And then Steve Dash is like, what are you talking about? And he sees this picture of him signed by Warrington Gillette. And I guess the guy's like from Brooklyn or something.
I think he's from. I think they said Long Island or something. I mean, he's got the New York lingo, folks. So he.
What the fuck are you doing taking my picture? This is my fucking picture. I'm the one fucking standing as Jason. You played Jason one fucking scene, couldn't get through the fucking window. They had to swing you the fuck in, and like the guy wanted to this is how his true colors basically. He said, I think I got amnesia, or I was in a ski hat.
He was scared shitless of Steve Dash, pretty much. And Steve Dash, granted, is not a big guy. I mean, he looks like a guy from one of the extras from The Sopranos. I mean, I seen the guy how he looks like, and that his name was Jason DVD. Even though now, I mean, I don't know how long ago was this confrontation, but Warrington Gillette's a big guy, and he's scared of a short guy yelling at him with a New York lingo, and looking like he's gonna put him to sleep with the fishes. You know what I mean? So that's the funny part about that. The whole thing where you couldn't get the fucking window. I love the way Matt does the New York lingo. He just fits like an extra from Goodfellas or something.
What the fuck is this about? Get through the fucking window. You dropped your ass in. Yeah. But this sequel though gets a lot of shit, and I actually liked it a lot.
The sequel's good. I mean, we got the introduction of Jason, and we have Amy Steele, the lead girl, who I felt did an awesome job.
One of my favorite actresses, and one of my favorite female heroes in a horror film / a film. I always liked Amy Steele.
Yeah, Amy Steele seemed like a woman that I believe in a situation like this.
She's hot, but yet she's tough.
Yeah, she'll fuck you up, like that, like I like that. I like that in any of these women actresses. Okay, they're a sweetheart, but when push comes to shove, they'll fuck you up. Like that. They're not gonna go hee help me she'll kick ass.
Good kills too.
Yeah, the guy in the wheelchair who we talked about before.
Machete to the face.
The machete to the face. It was the Crazy Ralph, which we forgot to mention him in the first movie. You're all doomed.
That's right.
We're all doomed.
You're all doomed.
To me, he always seemed, I don't know, maybe I look at Crazy Ralph, I always feel like laughing at him in a way, because the way he comes out of nowhere like a drunk old man. You're all doomed. Yeah, he has $2. Leave me the fuck alone. Go ahead. You know, but I know it's kind of nice that they fuck him up finally in this movie. You know, Jason actually fucks him up. You know,
and they kill Adrian King at the beginning.
Yeah, which leaves a big argument there. You know, did Jason travel out of Crystal Lake just to get to her? You know, that's at least the big argument there. But it had to be, because how else would the fucking head end up in the refrigerator? You know, and Betsy Palmer's head. You know.
Well, to me, why wouldn't he? If the way they judge it is that he saw his mom get killed.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he travel to get to her?
Yeah. Exactly.
But I guess they go, well, wait a minute, did he fucking drive? How the fuck did he drive?
He walked. Back then, wait a minute. Back then, in part 2, from Friday the 13th, part 2, 3, 4, he was still human. He ran. That's what I liked about Jason in these movies. I mean, I like him in all the films, but what I liked about this movie, he was like a vicious bulldog. You know, he ran after your fucking ass. Yeah. He caught you, you're fucked up. I mean, you know, that's it. You know, not so much, you know, crushing your head like a grape or nothing, but if he had a pitchfork, a machete, or a knife, you're fucked. Pretty much, you know. You can still duke it out a little bit with Jason there, so it's a little more realistically there, you know. Zombie Jason, you're fucked, pretty much.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you still have a fighting chance with that.
I mean, I like, you know, the campfire scene. I think that's one of the best campfire, you know, telling the story.
Yeah, they actually put the story in good perspective there, you know, and everything like that.
Which is weird. The one problem I have is that actor, the boyfriend, disappears at the end of the movie, because...
Yeah, John Fury, that character, the actor, I think, he disappears, the character.
Because it's like, okay, Amy Steele... He supposedly kills Jason by putting a machete. Like, first she pretends she's Jason's mom.
Yeah.
Which you have Betsy Palmer actually come back.
Yeah.
In a vision.
Yeah.
And then tricks Jason, but then he snaps out and eventually she kills him. Mm-hmm. Which I think in real life she accidentally hit Steve Dash's finger.
Which was the middle finger. And it's a funny story of how he went to the emergency room in the wardrobe. Without the sheet on his head, granted, but, you know, with a little bit of the fake prosthetic effects, stab wounds on his arm or whatever, you know. And then they look at him like that. They're like, sir, what's the problem? What got severed? And he puts his finger in a fuck you position, but it's actually his middle finger was severed. But they got his finger back on and stuff, you know, and everything like that. Yeah, but the movie's classic. I mean, that ending scene... If you have, like, a surround sound system, or if you're watching it for the first time, folks, by any chance, when that guy, Warrington Gillette, that's Warrington Gillette when he comes into play now, goes through the window, it's to me, it's more scarier than the first one with the boat, you know, with the water, you know, coming out of there and shit.
Isn't it weird, like, okay, was that a dream she had, or did her boyfriend die, like...
Well, she gets taken away in the ambulance in the end, so we're assuming it's a dream, you know, just like in
I mean, because her boyfriend took her out of the shed.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, like... I guess what I'm getting at is that, okay, either if she got knocked unconscious, she would have been near Jason's body, right?
Yeah.
But then they didn't find his body, he just straggled away.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden she's in a room, and then there's her boyfriend. But then you never saw her boyfriend die.
Yeah.
So I don't know what. That was the only thing that bugged the shit out of me. Like
that is true. Like, where did he go? You know, it makes it.
But other than that, though, the rest of the film.
Yeah, the rest of the film was a lot of fun. I mean,
I think people make fun of the sack, but you know, I live with it.
I mean, why not? I mean, the sack is only one movie for introduction. I mean, the reason they couldn't use the sack a lot because you had to see it through one eye, one hole. And and I remember even Derek Mears, when he did the reboot, in the beginning of the reboot, he's in the sack with the face over the sack. Then he gets the hockey mask. He said he had a lot of accidents when he had to run after people or whatever because it messed up his depth perception of it. You know, you had to see through that one eye and you're running. You know, he banged his head on trees, which is sad. There's no special features DVD on that. And the movie made some fucking money, and they got no DVD. I mean, got DVD, but no features. Just a killer cut with some scenes that, if they cut them out of the movie, I wouldn't be mad, because it's not really that. The only thing cool about it, you see an extended scene of the girl with the nice tits fucking the guy. That's it. But everything else, Oh yeah, that cool scene with Jason flipping out, fucking up things in his cave. That's about it. That cool scene. But the scene with the girl escaping, using some kind of Mission Impossible MacGyver tactic with the cell phone and doing this with the lock, that could be taken out. I mean, I didn't care for that scene. Like if somebody could do a fan cut like they did for Superman 2, and they uploaded it one time on YouTube, they just took the scenes from the original cut and the new cut, just mashed up together and made a fan cut, and they could do something like that, hey, go for it. But Friday the 13th Part 2, it is one of my favorites. I mean, it should be on my list, but I want to get the DVD. Even though I know the new DVD is bullshit, but still, I want to get all the Friday the 13th movies. The only one I do not want in my collection is Part 8. That's it, but Part 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Maybe
but the second one is, it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because then you get the introduction of Jason. And I agree with you 100% about Amy Steele. I forget it. I mean, I could buy her, kicking ass,
Yeah.
I could buy her, Well, you got good taste. What can I say? Yeah. I always remember her from that comedy with Howie Mandel, Walk Like a Man.
I've never seen that one.
You never seen that one? You gotta give it a watch someday. It's a fun, very funny movie. She plays like this teacher teaching Howie Mandel, who was raised by wolves, how to be like a man. It's a lot of funny movie. Christopher Lloyd is in the film as well. It's a very fun movie. Yeah, you gotta give it a watch. I guess the next one is The Funhouse. This is actually directed by Tobe Hooper, from what I understand.
Yeah, I have seen this one.
Yeah, I seen it too. What'd you think of it?
Honestly, I couldn't get into it.
Because there's really no gory scenes or nothing.
You have a couple of teenagers stuck in a fun house, and you have the owner, like, sick, this sort of mentally fucked up, deformed guy thing after them.
I think what had happened was the kids were wandering around in the fun house, and they see this deformed guy fucking one of the women that works there. Right? Yeah, the killer guy fucking one of the women there, and the women kind of makes fun of him, how he finished so quickly, and he kills her. So they witness that, and I guess that focuses on the killer chasing them throughout the whole funhouse,
Right.
Yeah, like that. But I can understand. It's not up to on the standards of Tobe Hooper, and stuff like that. I think, was this movie remade, or they were talking about remaking it or something?
They were talking about it, but I haven't heard anything since. But...
I mean, maybe it fell flat, probably. I mean, if this gets get remade, I mean, I don't know. I can see them maybe improving on it, maybe, if they get the right people in charge. Like, remakes, okay. There's a lot of them. I know there's some of them they're going to be shitty. But there's a good example. If you take a movie that's fucked up the first time, and you remake it to make it better, then it works. That's got to understand a remake. Like The Blob. I know there's a lot of people that love Steve McQueen. Okay, Steve McQueen, okay, he's instrumental. But in the Blob movie, I don't think that's his best work. I mean, stuff that, like Bullet and Great Escape and all those films, The Hunter, all those movies like that. Okay, that's Steve McQueen at his best. Just to name a few. But the Blob, the black and white one, is just, I mean, it's not on par. I mean, but maybe from generation standpoint, people who grew up with it, fine. But the remake I enjoy, with Kevin Dillon and Shawnee Smith, Chuck Russell directing.
Absolutely.
And then plus The Fly, Jeff Goldblum, and Gina Davis, David Cronenberg, still an awesome film to this day, But that's what I feel a remake should do. You remake a movie that, okay, was fucked up the first time out, or not. Maybe it didn't catch the right message, or it missed. And maybe gets the right people in charge of it and stuff, Like, the only guy I could think of who could rescue certain movies that fucked up the first time out after seeing what he did, Alejandro Aja. Because with the Hills Have Eyes remake, I believe he's working on the Piranha film. I think it's almost finished, right?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a teaser in front of Avatar.
Yeah, so I'll probably see it next week when I take my cousin to see Avatar, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the Funhouse to me was kind of boring and dull, and the monster at the end.
I think a deformed killer or whatever. I don't know.
I thought he looked kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Goofy fucker.
Yeah.
That could be just me.
And it is Tobe Hooper. I heard, I'm not sure if it's true or not, that during the early 80s, Toby Hooper was having some problems with drugs or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
There was a
Sure
story
he's
like that. I
high
don't know
on
if it's true
weed.
or not. Yeah.
Sure he's high on weed a lot too.
Yeah, maybe he was smoking something when he came up with Fun House or whatever. Something like that. I
that's,
don't know.
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Now the next one, I think this one stars Linda Blair, I believe, from The
Yeah,
Exorcist
Hell
and
Night.
Hell Night. I actually want to see this movie. I've seen trailers for it all over YouTube.
Yeah, I know it's like a fraternity movie. And what I mean by that is like they have a. I think you have some pledges. They gotta stay in a manor.
Yeah.
They stay in a mansion for the night. That's sort of like in order to be part of the group.
Yeah.
I guess someone was murdered like way back when in the house, but they say that someone did survive from all those years ago and is in the mansion, killing people one by one. I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard so much. Just so again, like you said, Linda Blair stars in it.
Yeah. It looks like an interesting movie. I mean, I think Mike told me good things about Hell Night, so I mean, I'll give it a watch. Well, I see we got some other good ones on the list as well. I scrolled down ahead to see what was next on the list. There's good ones coming up and stuff. But Hell Night, I really do want to check out.
Yeah.
Stuff. It looks like a solid film. I know there's trailers of it all over YouTube, folks. I'm sure if anyone has seen it, just leave, like we said before, leave a comment down there or whatever, And now this other one, the name sounds familiar, but I do not remember. Do you know House by the Cemetery, Matt?
That's a Lucio Fulci movie.
Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe Mike might have the trailer for this. Maybe that's why I recognize the name. So.
And I know you have like a killer. I think I haven't seen the film, but I've heard this too. I think he lives in the basement, and he like pops up and kills people. Like I think he rips throats and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I think he needs body parts for something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's to keep him still alive or rejuvenate parts of himself, or I don't know. I haven't seen it.
No, me neither. First time hearing it. The name sounds familiar though. I don't know if Mike had the trailer uploaded at one point or somebody had the trailer for this. Now the next one, I know me, you, and a lot of people know about this one because this is one of the ones I hold in my special trilogy. My special trilogy of this film, Halloween 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
No, yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, this was always, believe it or not, this has always been my favorite Halloween.
Because that's when the blood really started going into the Halloween film, because the first one was such a mega hit and everything like that. And, John Carpenter, I believe, wrote the film, but he didn't direct it because I guess he was busy working on, I think, Escape from New York at the time.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Escape from New York came out 81. So
yeah,
Halloween 2.
And then after that, he did the Thing.
The Thing was 82. So
he might have been working in the Thing in 81.
Yeah, I don't remember what year it came out. The Fog. The Fog was 7.
I think that was
80.
I think that was before. I think that was 80. 79, 80.
Because you figure the movie comes out in 80. It must have been made in 79, a year before. Yeah. So maybe he was busy with that, so he just wanted to be done with the script. And this is the sequel in which we finally find out, this is way before the extended TV cut came out, we finally find out that Michael Myers, why he's after Laurie Strode, and that Laurie Strode and him are brother and sister.
And I know, like, John Carpenter, I think one of the reasons he was hesitant to direct it was he felt the whole story was told in the first movie, and what more could you do? And I think that's why he I think one time he said I was, drinking beer, and said, well, I guess maybe they're brother and sister, sort of like that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's more of the night that, Michael Myers comes home and takes place in a hospital.
Yeah, you got a bigger body count in this one, a little bit more.
And I guess the reason I always liked this the best, it was the first one I ever saw. Again, for some reason, I always see the sequels before the first one.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think actually the director who...
Rick Rosenthal, right?
Yeah, he did Halloween Resurrection
yeah,
as well.
yeah, different fucking movie next to this one. I'm saying.
But I think actually he made the film and they thought it was too tame. And I think John Carpenter actually added some little bit of gory scenes because of the time this was coming out.
Oh.
So, which is weird that John Carpenter got added more gore. I don't know why. Just considering the first film barely had any.
Well, but the funny thing about this movie, the first time I seen Halloween 2, because I remember it was, of course, during Halloween time, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, you're curious about Halloween movies, so first we saw first Halloween movie, of course, on TV, regular TV, where everything's cut. We get into movie, we spent, yeah. Then they, on the other channel, on Channel 11, they gave Halloween 2, and I seen it, and everything like that. I see some stuff, they cut back on some stuff with some kills, like, oh, it's still solid. And then, like, a couple of years later, when I was in junior high school, and they gave Halloween 2 on USA. And on USA, they tend to let some of a little bit of the kills slip through, I guess. And I was, like, a little bit more, like, a little bit disturbed, but not disturbed enough that I wouldn't want to watch it. Like, the one scene that always got me, that hit me close to home was, it's a small scene in the beginning of the movie where this kid goes to the hospital, and he's got a thing in his mouth, and it turns out he ate some bad candy in which was a blade in it. I guess you don't see that scene, thank God. And he gets his mouth cut, anything like that. So that scene has nothing to do with the movie, but and then there's this last guest that's in this movie, the last Starfighter, folks. It's in this film.
That's true, yeah.
And also Leo Rossi, once again, who will go on to be in the Relentless films with Bill Lustig, and he also be in the Maniac Cop 2 sequel.
And it's weird. I mean, Lance Guest, it's weird because I remember the TV version.
He lives.
Lance Guest, yeah, he lives.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, it's kind of bullshit because he trips on, like, this flood of blood.
Yeah, that's one thing that bugged me out, though, about that scene. It's never explained. Because, from what I understand, he walks in that room, he finds blood, and he's freaked out, he flips, and does he actually fall on the blood?
Yeah, he falls and, like, hits the back of his head.
But that's what I'm saying, but did he actually do that stunt? That's, like, dangerous. I'm like, what the fuck? That's what bugged me out about it. Did he actually do that flip? Is it that? It's never explained. Nowhere. I don't understand. Not even, I don't think, on IMDb. I don't know if it's explained. If he actually did that stunt. I'm like, that, he really hurt his head on that scene? Because there's no cushion or nothing. What the fuck? Unless he had, like, some kind of bag in his hair. Because he had, like, curly hair. And he must have had something there that cushioned his fall. That's one thing that just bugged me out. Like, the guy disappearing in Halloween and Friday the 13th Part 2. Like, you wonder, like, what the fuck is that scene? Ever since that day, I'm always careful when I'm walking or when somebody's walking and they fall. Like, hey, try to grab them quickly, And shit. But the kills are interesting, though. A little more violent. I mean, the whole thing with the shape. Michael Myers coming out of nowhere, stabbing a girl right in the side of her eye with the needles. Done in slow motion.
I always thought that was cool, him just appearing from the shadows.
Yeah, appearing from the shadows. So cool. Or even that scene in the aftermath, which I find kind of funny. They do I don't know if it's a reshoot of the ending scene of the last movie where Dr. Loomis, Donald Pleasant, shoots Michael Myers, and it looks kind of goofy. I don't know why, because you see, like, for some reason it's a wider shot, and the house looks different for some reason. Pa. And you see
Michael falling down and
falling out more widely for some reason.
Right.
Like, it almost going like he's gonna go like Goofy. That's what I always think of. Like, somebody could do a funny edit to that, like put Goofy's voice. Like in the last movie, it looked a little more realistic. He falls a small fall, and then he's on the floor. But I don't know. That's one little thing. And then
what I love about this movie is. First, two things. One, three things. One, the
body count?
It's four things.
Okay, no, go for it.
The first thing is the score, because I like the opening, that I don't have that at the beginning. Yeah, I like that difference in the score a little bit. And, of course, the kill scenes. But also, it really shows how Michael Myers is different. That he waits in the shadows. A lot of times he's just waiting.
Yeah, he waits.
And also, this is like one of the only times you really see Donald Pleasence and Jamie Lee Curtis together.
That's true.
At the end, like, usually they're far apart, then you did like 5-10 seconds. But at the end, it's like,
They're in a whole
Actually,
scene.
Loomis protecting Laurie and trying to shoot at Michael, and when they're chasing down the hospital,
Yeah.
Loomis protecting Laurie. I mean, to me, that was like, oh wow, finally, this is kind of what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, they
You
gonna
know,
have a moment there, because
usually Loomis is fucking somewhere else,
and Laurie's somewhere else, pretty much.
but here those two are actually together.
Yeah, which is
They're
true. If
actually-
you think about it, they're never together in the movie. Unless you count the scene in the first movie, was that the
Yeah.
boogeyman? If you count that, that's about it,
Exactly.
and everything. But this film, I mean, I don't hate the film. It's just those little two things that always bug me about it. That thing, the kid getting his mouth cut, I guess, by some candy. 'Cause that almost happened to me one time as a kid. Almost, then see it like this. Oh, damn. But then the kid gets out of the hospital, thank God. He's not around there with all Michael Myers running around and stuff. But, I mean, the kills were good. I mean, I like that whole scene where, when the neighbor comes out, it's like the aftermath, and Loomis is downstairs, and he's like, you don't know what whatever evil is, and then he runs off.
It's
And
like the guy says, "I've been tricked and treated to death." He's
tonight.
like, "You don't know what death is."
That's right. Then he wanders away. And he get a. He gets like a different tone to it.
That.
Yeah. And then it opens up where you see a point of view shot of Michael Myers. Now the cops are really looking for him now. Because now,
Oh yeah.
because, Annie, one of the girls that was killed in the first movie.
Was the sheriff's daughter?
Sheriff's daughter. Now the sheriff, looking for him. Charles Cyphers, I believe his name is, right?
Charles Cyphers.
Cyphers, yeah. Who's worked with John Carpenter in a bunch of movies. So, he's there, and then now he's looking for him, even though he's kind of pissed at Loomis, that Loomis let him out. Loomis didn't let the fucking guy. He split. Fuck
You
that.
said that. I felt more for Loomis.
Yeah, like that. He didn't let nobody. If I was Loomis, I would say, fuck you. I didn't let him out. I tried to keep him away. I would have said that, but no,
Exactly.
and stuff like that. And then he takes the lighter or whatever because they offer him a cigarette. And that lighter comes to play in the end. And then you have a whole scene, which really I like about it, the whole scene in which they think they see Michael Myers, and it's actually some drunk guy. Now, if you look real good in the mask and the guy, it's not Michael Myers.
Right.
But, they play on it, and you have a graphic scene where he gets hit by a car, and he actually explodes. And he's burning, and then he's yelling, "Is that him? Is that him?" And Loomis just trying to look at the guy being burned, and he's not sure. Get a dentist, and they know it's not him. But the body count, the point of view shots from, where he's hiding from the cops, and he walks into this old couple's house, which it leads to a mystery. Did he kill the couple or not? Because he took a knife, and his hand's full of blood, so he's injured, but it's not stopping him. He's like the tide, You can't stop the tide, so he's the shape. Takes the knife. They have a babysitter next door thinking that the old couple, the husband, beat the shit out of the wife, but he didn't do, or whatever. And then they hear about the radio thing about Michael Myers killing people, and they was like, really? And that scene where he jumps out still gets me. I mean, not that I get, it's like, oh shit. I know it's coming, but I keep forgetting when it's coming. Michael Myers jumps out with the knife and stabs her dead in the throat.
Well, that same thing. I try to have that same reaction when he kills that nurse and lifts her up.
Yeah, with a little scaffold. With a scaffold, a little surgical shit.
And you see the shoes just drop down.
And they play that scene again in H2O with Adam Arkin's character, but it's actually done more graphically with a kitchen knife. He picks him up with a kitchen knife.
Right.
And it's just graphic. The guy's just shaking right there. I said, damn. Fuck. Crazy movie.
Yeah,
I mean, it's awesome.
We can both safely say Halloween 2 is solid.
It's solid. I mean, I have it in my considered Halloween trilogy. It's there,
And it's the only one. Well, it's one of the only ones with no special edition.
Which is sad. I mean, But on the 25th anniversary of the Halloween DVD, do they at least touch on the other movies, or they just talk about the first one?
On the. You mean the 25 Years of Terror?
Yeah.
Document?
The documentary.
Yeah, they touch on all the movies.
Oh, that's good. At least they touch on it, They don't just ignore it, like it's not in the room, like the big elephant,
No, they touch on all of them.
That's good. Yeah, but the movie owns. I mean, Halloween 2 is a movie I'm yet to review. I should review that soon. I should have reviewed it in the horror zone, but So many movies, so little within 4 weeks.
Exactly.
So many movies. Now the next one is a movie we both love, especially with the re-release of the extended cut.
Yes.
That is Harry Warden himself in My
My
Bloody,
Bloody
Valentine.
I always remember that song, that, oh, so they say on a Valentine's Day is a curse that will live on and on. And soon you will know as the years come and go of the horror from a long time ago.
Yeah.
I am addicted to this movie and the fact that the poster, hopefully I'll find and put up here, that was creepy as fuck alone.
Yeah.
But I think everybody should know My Bloody Valentine. I mean, you have back in the day, many years ago, there was an accident in which a bunch of people were killed, and the people who should have helped them were too busy at a Valentine's Day dance. And then one guy, Harry Warden, was stuck there, and he had to resort to cannibalism.
Yeah.
But I think a few years later, or whatever, he's out and he kills some people. But he gets caught and committed, and he says, okay, if you ever do another Valentine's Day, I'm going to come back.
Another Valentine's Day party or whatever in the town.
Yeah. So I think it's like Valentine's Bluff or something like that. And so many years later, he decided to do another Valentine's Day party.
Yeah, the kids of the town, pretty much. It's like I think it was a mining town. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, it was a mining town.
Yeah.
And like the characters in it, you have one guy who was out in the city, but he fucked up.
Yeah,
and
it was TJ, that guy. He was actually, I think, the mayor's son, I think. Mayor Haneker's son. Like that,
and he has this love triangle with this girl he left behind.
Sarah, yeah.
You have Axel, who's sort of the guy who's sort of now his girlfriend's boyfriend.
Yeah, but they were friends, actually, I think. TJ and
they used
Axel.
to be, like, good friends, but now there's a three-way tension, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, that's really kind of a little bit of the weakness of the film. It focuses on the triangle, but once the kills start, I mean, then the movie really gets into high gear, especially with the climax,
And what's strange is that, when we first saw this, of course, we saw the heavily cut version.
Yeah, which was still fun. I mean, still a good idea. But then when you see it was a good movie. I liked it. And then when Lionsgate finally got a hold of the rights, thanks to the success of the remake with the 3D and stuff.
Well, it was before that it came out. It was when they mentioned that there was going to be a remake.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was in January. I remember when they released the re-release. I remember Lionsgate.
And it was good beforehand, just because the killer's look with the mind suit was, I think, it's one of the better outfits for a killer.
Yeah, and plus he has that Darth Vader vibe to it. When you breathe into the thing, I like that.
The pickaxe.
The pickaxe. We can still do a lot of good kills with a pickaxe,
And a lot of great atmosphere in the mines.
Yeah.
A lot of claustrophobic, creepy scenes. Really good location help too.
Yeah, plus the mines. I mean, you can get away with it. Right location, right scene. I mean, you can pull it off. Right director. What was the director's name again? I don't know the director's. I have the DVD.
George Mahalka.
George Mahalka, yeah, did an awesome job for the film, and I want to get the guy who did the special effects. He's not on the back of the DVD. Fuck, shit. But I know the blood that was used in this movie for the special effects. They would use it later on in John Carpenter's The Thing. The same guy who did the blood for the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think from the DVD, from the remastered one. But the original cut, it was still a good movie. It was not bad. They have like kind of their own version of Crazy Ralph, but he's the bartender, I believe. I forgot the character's name. It's been a while since I've seen it. I gotta see it again. I love the movie. He's trying to pull this stupid gag, and he's drunk, to have a fake Harry Warden dummy with a pickaxe come out of this door. Like, you open the door, he comes out like a mannequin. Like, you see in those fucking Six Flags bullshit where they have those statues come out. Rah, like it's this killer, but it's not. It's just a statue. And he's drunk and he starts fucking with a couple times. Then he walks away from it. Then he got halfway out the door. He could have made it home. Got another beer, but no. I'm gonna do it again. Opens the door and he gets pwned real bad. Now, depending on which version you've seen, I'm sure all of you out there do have the Lionsgate re-release, which they did put back the gore back into the movie, the kills and everything. I mean, more than
you see a lot more.
You see a lot more. He gets pwned with the pickaxe under his chin, from what I understand.
Goes through his eye.
Through his eye. Practical effect. And getting dragged, too, while he's at it.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I was like, damn.
This is another thing with a slasher film. The kills, they're, like, harsher.
They're harsher, but... they're harsher, but I can sit through this, though. I mean, compared to... Maybe because the idea...
Saying, like,
yeah, maybe because the idea, okay, you're not following... You're not seeing this movie through his point of view. You're seeing it through the triangle of these three characters there. And what I like about this one, I mean, I don't hate the remake, but what I like about this one is that I like the idea of it being more of a straightforward slasher movie. Maybe with a red herring, because we believe that it's actually Harry Warden escaped from the institution doing this stuff. But in the end, those of you who've seen the movie, you know what the ending is. We realize it's not that, you know. But in the remake, it goes to who's doing the killing. You know, it goes into that thing, like the whodunit shit, you know.
Yeah, you find out it's Axel.
Yeah, Axel doing it.
By Neil Affleck.
Yeah, because his father was the guy who was killed by Harry Warden.
Yeah, his father was, right.
Yeah, and he witnessed it all from underneath the bed, you know, from whatever, seeing what happened to his father.
It's weird because that guy, Neil Affleck, actually went on to direct episodes of The Simpsons.
Wow. Is he related to Ben Affleck by any chance or no?
No.
Wow, would have been a hell of a coincidence, eh?
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the death scenes, especially the shower scene where he grabs a woman, and you see it all now in this new version.
In the new version. He puts her head right through the
push
fucking...
her head into the shower head, and then you see, like, water coming out of her mouth, and of course the water turns to red, and it just really, like, holy shit scene.
Yeah, it is.
When you see it in that cut.
When you see it in that cut, yeah. You see it in that version right there, you know, and stuff like that. And then the aftermath when the guy, when the girl's boyfriend comes back to go see her there, you know, it's like, wow, you know.
Even the little thing with the hearts being put in the boxes, I thought, ooh, that's a nasty touch.
No, but you're talking about nasty touch. The old lady that gets killed, and
put in the hamper,
and they put inside the fucking
laundry machine.
In the washing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the extended cut is actually more graphic because we get to see her tumbling around more when when the sheriff finds the body and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's a classic slasher. I mean, I enjoy it. It's a fun movie. You know.
Yeah, I've always loved it just for the atmosphere.
The atmosphere.
Killer.
And the actors do pretty good, even though it's kind of like soap opera stuff. But still, I mean, they do.
I like it better than the remake.
I like them better than the actors in the remake. The actors in the remake, like, you know, Jensen Ackles, wow, I seen that a mile away, well, you know. Okay, naked girl running by, alright, you know. The midget from Total Recall getting pwned real bad, alright, that's cool. Tom Atkins getting fucked up, shit. Oh, well. That's it. I mean, but it's not bad. It's not a bad movie. But I love this version better, the 1981 movie better. Especially with the Lionsgate, what they did with it, you know, and stuff. Yeah, so that's thumbs up for me, man.
No, so it's worth a look.
It is.
Definitely buy the unrated DVD that's out.
I mean, that's pretty much what they got now. I don't know if they have the original print. I mean, the original...
I think you can find it somewhere, but don't get fooled by the Lionsgate.
Yeah, because they got some good features to it, folks. Even though the commentary... I mean, even though I haven't heard commentary yet. I want to hear the commentary soon.
Well, I don't think it has a commentary.
Doesn't have a... I thought it did. They don't have a commentary.
There's like a track, they just put like trivia, which is nothing.
That's it? Oh, shit. I thought I had a commentary. Fuck.
No.
Wow, that's terrible. Damn. But the funny thing about it is, in the beginning of the movie, I can get that game. Can you say that director's name again? I can't pronounce it.
George Mahalka.
George Mahalka. Okay, I got it now. George Mahalka. Thank you, Matt. George Mahalka, right? He leaves a nice note to the fans, thanking the fans for making this cut possible, actually. Because he's the one that actually, George Mahalka, had those scenes in his possession all these years. Because I guess he wanted to make a sequel.
Yes.
But I guess Bloody Valentine didn't make as much money as they planned. Since Paramount was embarrassed, with the whole nonsense about, Friday 13 making all this money. Like, oh, God, this movie, critics hate it. We're making money off it. But yet, that same money is buying them the fucking cars and the cocaine or whatever they do in the 80s and shit. But George Mahoke wrote a nice thank you note to all the fans in the beginning of the DVD, which you guys can read if you get the Lionsgate version and stuff. And I think he also did the intro. I think, I'm not sure, he did the thanking everybody for it, and that's a nice guy actually going out there saying, "Oh, thank you, people, for letting me, bring you this cut, and stuff." So and everything like that. I'm thankful Lionsgate did it. I wish they would do something with the April Fool's Day. Because they acquired the rights to that recently, right? To the old movie. The original,
but they haven't done anything.
They haven't done nothing with it, which is sad, Maybe because the other one went straight to video, straight to DVD, and it was shit.
Yeah, I think that's why too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we both go yay on Bloody Valentine.
Yes,
81 version.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs, way up. Sad part is no nudity, but hey, you can't win it all. What the fuck?